one more problem comes, and that person just might not be strong enough mentally, and that's why I say mental, and it just tips everything over, you know? Hey y'all, it's your girl Katura, and today I am talking to you guys. We're gonna get personal. So first of all, if you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're reoccurring, what's up, what it do? So yeah, let's jump right into it. You guys already know what it's going to be by the topic: sickle cell and mental health. I think it's something that we're just in general scared to talk about. It has nothing to do with having sickle cell. So if you don't have sickle cell, I want y'all to know first and foremost that my channel is geared towards sickle cell, but you can pick up nicks and nannies even if you don't have sickle cell. It could be something that you can take to your loved one if you know your loved one is suffering from like little things like this. I'm going to be vulnerable with y'all and open because it's the only way I know how to be. So please respect this space. If you can't, then exit. But yeah, so mental health is something that I feel like everyone is scared to talk about. We don't know how to deal with it. We're ashamed, we're embarrassed, and that's okay. I'm not here to tell you, oh, don't be ashamed, girl, you crazy, don't feel like this. It is for you to know how to deal with your feelings little by little. You know where to put everything, you know, unloading your suitcase. I feel like our feeling is like a suitcase, and little by little we have to unpack it. Hopefully that was a good analogy. And I'm going to give you guys some tools that have worked for me and share stories just about how I've been dealing with my sickle cell as from a child to an adult now. I feel like every year the transition gets different for me. And yeah, so without further ado, y'all know I have sickle cell. I was born with it. It's something you're born with. My mom has the trait, my dad has the trait, so I have full blown. I do have a younger brother who is 22. His name is Michael Woodley, and he also has YouTube, so you can check out his page. I'll leave the link down below. And he was blessed to not have anything, no trait, nada, and that is my mother's personal testimony on her prayer and her faith and God's favor. And you know, that's always been a blessing to me to not have a brother with sickle cell. I can only imagine if he did, because a lot of times he was my nurse. You know, he was the one I'd be like, bro, go get some juice out the fridge for me, or get a cupcake, and you know, little things. And now that he's older, I can literally be like, hey, can you make me some dinner, or can you know, throw this pot of rice on for me as I get myself together, or can you like just, you know, entertain my son Amaris, you know? So it really has come in handy, and I'm very appreciative of, you know, having a brother without sickle cell. And yeah, he does not like the hospital, but that's okay. He does his things in his own little way. I do have a son, like y'all know, and he has the trait, and I made sure that he didn't have sickle cell because I didn't want, you know, my child to go through any symptoms. I didn't want to have to explain when they get older, well, mom, why, you know, you knew that. I feel like, you know, back in the days I could never point my fingers on my parents and be like, well, you knew, because back in those days they didn't really know. I know my mother knew that she had the trait, but it wasn't something that she was like, oh, I'm gonna have a child who's gonna have sickle cell, and she didn't for once think that my father would have the trait, you know what I mean? But she has been my biggest advocate. She's been a nurse. She has literally, from the time I was diagnosed with sickle cell, been reading, studying, you know, challenging the doctors, have given me strength to know how to talk to these doctors and nurses, and to be equipped, and to know my right as a patient, you know what I mean? There's so much that comes with having sickle cell and being an advocate, and we will get into that. I think I want to do a topic, just, you know, having you guys be equipped when you go to the hospital, and to have a voice, and not to be scared when you're getting ill treated or not treated in the way that you should. There's so much, y'all, you know, literally coming from pediatric, we have all been, it's hard from going in the playroom and getting treated with love, and now you're in the adult, you know, you're in triage, and it is a cruel world, okay? They don't prepare you for that, but I will. Like I said, sickle cell comes with a lot. What is sickle cell? A lot of you guys are like, what is it? You have it. Sickle cell is basically, and I'm going to leave a long list here, but in my words, sickle cell is a regular person has a their blood cell circular. Mine is a half crescent moon. So a half crescent moon is pointy, and they get stuck together. So where those two crescent moon get stuck in my bloodstream, that is where I get my crises, the pain. And as you guys know, where can you get your sickle cell pain? Anywhere, because blood flows everywhere. You can get it in your back, your eyes, your head, your neck, your chest, you name it, you can get it. But where do I or other sicklers typically get their pain? I cannot speak for all sicklers because each of us have our own intricate different stories. There's different types of sickle cells. There's SS, there's SC, there's SA. So it's crazy, okay? But SS is one of the worst, which I have, and I typically get my pains in my legs and my lower back. Every once in a while my arm will start to hurt me and I'm like, hold on now, you know not to go there, go back down, you know what I mean? It's like, I don't really have a preference for where I would rather take my pain, and a lot of people have asked me like, would you rather your back hurt or your leg hurt? And I'm like, I'd rather nothing hurt. But it's kind of just what I'm used to, is my back and my leg hurting me. And occasionally I have some arm pain. And yeah, but when I was younger, it changes. When I was younger, I used to have a lot of leg pain and arm pain. My legs would literally be swollen, couldn't walk, nothing like that. But now that I'm older, my leg hasn't been swollen in years, and I know how to take care of it. Which brings me to, how do you take care of sickle cell? Stay hydrated, do not be stressed out, calm down, take your medicine, eat healthy, eat right. But your immediate thing before you can go to the hospital, I like to de-escalate the issue because I'm very stoic and I literally don't like to go to the hospital unless I have to. I'm being so extra, y'all. But I like to just like drink a lot of water, take my meds, use my nutmeg spray that y'all know. And if you don't know, this is, hold on, my nutmeg spray that I always use, and I take Even Flow, and I have a video about it. So after this video, if you want to know more about Even Flow, you can click to that, and I will leave it somewhere up here, and I'll also leave the link below to that video for Even Flow. But yeah, those are the things I like to do. Use a heating pad if needed, and just really calm down and be in my own world. Watch a movie or go to sleep, because your blood cells build back when they're sleeping. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say it, Katura. I'm over here like telling y'all about sickle cell, but I mean, you have to know about it before we go about, you know, mental health. You have to know what I'm talking about. How does sickle cell feel? I had a challenge where I told people to, and you can do this at home if you wanna, it's not ever going to be like a full, nothing can compare to what sickle cell really feels like. I cannot really describe it to you guys, but if I wanted to do my best, I had a challenge where it was an ice challenge, and I told people to get a bucket of ice, a little plate, a bowl of ice, and stick your hand in it for as long as you can. You know, put a timer on it, see it as long as you can hold it till it starts to, you know, you feel those pains and describe those pains. And that, my friends, is almost what sickle cell feels like, so you can imagine. So do that challenge and let me know if you did it below, and pass it along for those of you who do have sickle cell and people ask you what it feels like. Let them know. Do the ice challenge. It feels like someone is stabbing you constantly. Knives, hammer, like I can't describe it, y'all. It's just the worst pain ever. And there's literally nothing you can do about it sometimes besides just let that pain go at your body, you know, gnaw at your body, your bones. When I was younger, and even now, I think I just told my mom the other day, my legs were hurting me so bad, y'all, that I literally wanted to cut my legs off. Now, Lord Jesus knows I'm grateful for my legs, my arms, every limb I have on my body, but the pain was so excruciating that I honestly didn't want legs. So that is to tell you how bad it can be, and it plays on your mental. So now let's go into mental health. Why I feel like as sicklers, we tend to have mental, you know, not, I wouldn't say mental issues, but you know, we have to stay on top of our mental. I feel like everybody has to stay on top of their mental, and I say that because when I was younger, I used to like look at the homeless people and I would just be like, oh my gosh, like I never want to be like that. And my mom would always tell me we're a saving grace away from being like them, meaning that, you know, something happened in their lives where they just gave up, you know, something was piled on top where they couldn't take it anymore. And I love giving little analogies and being visual, but this is our lives, right? So you got bills here, you got your kids, you lost your job, and one more problem comes, and that person just might not be strong enough mentally, and that's why I say mental, and it just tips everything over. You know what I mean? There's other people who are like, okay, it's getting rocky, I can kind of take it, I'm at my breaking point, but I'm still holding on, and one more thing, now you got divorced, and it just topples over and you give up. And that's how these people become homeless, or they lose their mind, or they just don't care. They stop talking. You start losing a little bit of yourself. There's so many layers that go into mental illness, mental health. You know, it's either you go full-blown nuts, you just give up on yourself, you become homeless, or you mask it, where it's like, I'm here but I'm hurting inside and I don't know how to deal with it, and I've tried counseling and I've tried to pray and I've done all I can do, and my problems are still here and I'm still masking it, but here we go. So for sickle cell number 1 is an invisible illness. So your girl looks good, but little do you know that my body is rocking in pain as we speak. My legs are hurting me, you know what I mean? So imagine your coworker is fine, she's happy, she's cheery. You like, Sheila, what's up, girl? How you doing? She like, no problem, I'm good, girl. Her body's hurting her. 10 minutes later, you come back, Sheila, so I'm gonna catch you later. And Sheila's like, yeah. And you like, and you may get mad at her. You like, what's wrong? What I do to her? You didn't do anything. Sheila is now the pain. She can't take it anymore, and she's thinking about who's gonna take care of her kids, or how she's gonna tell her boss that she has to now clock out and she can't work anymore. Mentally, she has a lot that she is now preparing for and dealing with on top of her pain. For me, I have always been able to handle it with, like I say, the grace of God. I don't know where I would be, because it gets hard, and it's harder for me because I have a child now, and I'm very hard on myself, because when I have sickle cell pain, I have to literally just sit back and not do anything. And my mind is constantly running. I'm like, okay, I could be cleaning the house, I could be preparing dinner, I could be making him some lunch, I can be going over his homework, I could be helping him with his classwork, I can be doing my YouTube, I can be, you know, what can I do to better my life? And I'm in bed and I'm sad, and I'm like, you know, he's like, mommy, I'm bored, and I can't even get up and play with him, and it hurts my feelings, you know. And if y'all follow me on Instagram, which is linked below, I shared with you guys, I was scared to share it, but I did. Usually when I'm sick, my son is like my saving grace. He's an angel. I feel like all kids are angels. He literally always prays for me, and he believes, y'all. Okay, when he prays, he comes back in 5 minutes later, mommy, you feeling well? And I'll be like, yeah, mommy's feeling good. Yes, you see, God always listens to me because he's a superhero, and it's just the cutest thing to see. But he prayed for me, y'all, and it was beautiful. You know, God bless my mommy, help her to not be mad and sad and angry, and to be happy, and to not be lonely because she's in the house by herself. And it was just so cute. Y'all can go check it out. But it hurts me because I have to think about what he thinks about. You know, sickle cell doesn't just affect me, it affects my son. You know, he can't play with his mommy. You know, mommy, he's probably hungry, and I can't really just get up like that and make him lunch. I have to wait, you know, mom, can you give mommy, I'm sorry, that's rude, that should have never been on. You know, can you make me lunch? And usually I have to be like, okay, give mommy 10 minutes. Or when I wake up in the morning, I can't just wake up and make him breakfast. I'm like, I have to take my medicine and let the medicine, you know, do what it has to do to my body, and then I can slowly get up and do what it has to do. And mentally, I'm just like, I'm hard on myself. I'm like, boy, I wish I just had like a month where I didn't have sickle cell, and I could just do everything in that month that I've never been able to do. Can you imagine, like, having that be one of your wishes? Like, I just wish that I didn't wake up with pain, so I could just do anything I wanted to do without any complaints, or without waiting for 5 or 20 minutes. You know, my car is like a little starter. Like, so mentally that plays. It plays when, you know, your family knows about sickle cell, but they don't really know what you deal with in your thoughts, that it's lonely. It can be isolating at times when you're in the hospital and you're by yourself. It's isolating when you have plans with your friends, you know, to go out, and then sickle cell's like, no, sit down in bed, you're hurting, you can't go nowhere. And she comes without warning. I can be great right now, and then in the next 2 hours I can literally be crying because my legs are hurting me. She comes without warning. She comes without care. She don't care what you're doing. And it comes on you mentally. It's like, okay, well, are my friends gonna get annoyed? You know, are they gonna stop inviting me to places because I've been saying no a lot of times? You know, these are not always my cases. It's just cases that I can think that sicklers are going through, or that I have been through, and I think for other people, and that could be the furthest thing from their mind. You know, my friends could be very supportive. I'm like, girl, please, we don't mind. I'm sorry that you missed it. You know, we had a great time. We're sorry you missed it, whatever. But mentally, I'm thinking like, oh my God, they're not gonna invite me anywhere because I keep canceling on them. And you know, it's not that I don't want to go, it's that I physically can't go. But if I take a picture to show them I look fine, I don't look like I'm in pain, so they're not gonna believe, you know what I mean? It plays on you mentally with your loved one, because one minute you're in a great mood and then snap, you're not in a good mood, and you can't really explain why you're not in a good mood per se. It's like, my body's hurting me, and I can't always use it as an excuse, but it is an excuse because my body's rocking me. And you know, your loved one may want to be intimate and have, you know, just want to talk to you and have a date night, and you're like, I can't do it. So it's like, where is that happy medium? You know what I mean? So there's so many different scenarios of how I can tell you guys mentally how it plays. But those of you with sickle cell, you know how it is. So I'm just giving you guys without sickle cell a little insight without rambling on, because we're going to do different series of where I sit here and talk to y'all about it. So to wrap everything up, how can you stay mentally on top of your mental? Mentally on top of your mental. For me, gospel music, music in general. When you actually have a moment where you feel good, go get dressed up and look good. You know what I mean? Try not to be defeated by sickle cell, and when you actually take your medicine and you start to feel good, get up and go do something. Don't just stay in the bed, you know. Write a to-do list for yourself. Don't feel like you have to get it done in one day. And let me show you guys. I'm very organized by nature, but I used to write things down in my planner or keep it in my phone. But I'm the type of person, I visually have to see it in front of me. So get yourself a little whiteboard. It doesn't have to be as big as this. And what I've done is I've broken down, you know, Monday, Tuesday to Sunday, and I do what I need to do for my body. I need to drink Ensure, water, vitamins, food, workout. I need to read. I need to do my YouTube videos, whatever you need to do, and check it off and hold yourself accountable. You know what I mean? And if you miss a day, that's okay. Okay, I missed Thursday, whatever. I missed Friday, cool. Don't be hard on yourself. Do what you can. Remind yourself of what you need to do, because mentally, if you're in pain, you can't remember everything you need to do. Okay, I need to eat, how many calories I need to take. I need to work out. I need to take my vitamins. I need to do Amaris's homework. I need to call Medi. I need to get sheets for Amaris's bed. I need to post videos. You know what I mean? Have a reminder for yourself. I don't know why I read that out, but do that. Don't feel like you have to get it done in one day. I had a sickler ask me, how do I keep my place so neat? And I told her, I'm just, you know, I'm neat. I'm organized and neat by nature, but also I take it one day at a time. So if I could, y'all, I try to be a superwoman. I'm stoic. I like to get everything done in one day. Just have the house clean, and that way on Friday I don't have to do anything. I can just chill. But realistically, it doesn't work like that for my body. Our body's different. We get tired like that. So do your room. Wash your clothes if you can, and then do your bathroom. Or okay, I can't do my bathroom, but I did my room. I did my room and my bathroom. I'm gonna leave the kitchen for tomorrow. Do it in sections, you know what I mean? And then also books. I love to read, but I don't like to read long stories. Sometimes it's just boring. But little things that'll make you feel good each day. It's like when you go on Instagram and you find inspirational quotes. It helps you little by little. Put good things into your body, because you can get so caught up on Instagram watching other people's lives that mentally you start analyzing your own life, and you don't have to do that. You know, unfortunately, you're not where Sally's at. She got a different Dior bag every day, and you over here rocking Steve Madden, and that's fine. Boo, stay in your own lane. Fake it till you make it. You will get there eventually. But we are so hard on ourselves, you know, that we're not wearing Dolce & Gabbana, and we're not wearing, you know, Dior and all this stuff that's in the music videos. It's like, unplug it, turn off the TV. And this is one book I want to share with you guys, Act of Faith. It's going to be on my Instagram under like I have a bookworm section. But it's an awesome book, and it's a daily meditation for color people, but it could be for all type of people. I wouldn't just say it's for color people. But let's read today. Today is the 12th of November, I believe. Is it? Y'all, I don't even know what day it is. What's today? Yeah, today's the 12th. Okay. So today's the 12th. Let me just see, you know, because I remember when I like to find out what book I'm going to read, I like when people like read a little bit, kind of give me like a cheat tease. So November 12th, when people say it's not the money, it's the principle, it's the money. People of color don't like to talk about money. We do not want others to know how much we have. We are ashamed to admit when we don't have it. We can talk all day about politics, sex, or religion. But when it comes to money, the room gets very still. We don't like to charge money for the things we do. We don't like to collect money for the things we've done. We don't like to give money. We get very nervous when the money we expect does not come when we expect it. Where do we get the notation that there is something wrong with the money? And then at the bottom it'll say, reflection, tell 3 people what you would do if you had $1 million. And it makes you just reach inside and think. Last night I read November 11th, I could do better if I wanted to. And it's like, there is a natural universal force called to the law of correspondence. According to this law, you will attract to you you ever get nervous reading? I get nervous reading, I'm sorry y'all. According to this law, you will attract to you that which you are. The law is activated by your dominant thought patterns. The purpose of this law is to show where you are in your consciousness and to give you the opportunity to lift yourself to where you want to be. You can do any good thing you want to do with the right adjustments of your thoughts and actions. Doesn't it make you feel good already? At the bottom it says, I see myself with all the best. I see myself with it now. So maybe that's something you want to write. I have like these chalk crayons that I write on my mirror in my bathroom, just kind of uplifting myself. I am strong, I am pretty, I am beautiful. And I'll maybe take a quote and I'll put, I see myself with all the best. I see it now. Like, I have what I need now. What I need is good, you know. What I have right now is sufficing. It's doing good. I'm where I need to be when I need to be. And at the bottom you can get a little notebook. I have a little notebook where I write these reflections, and it says, define your best in every area of your life. How are you training yourself to reach for the best? So like I said, it digs you to think. You're welcome. The next book that I'm in love with is Warrior of the Light. I don't know if y'all can see it. You probably can't. Sorry, but it's gonna be on my Instagram, so go ahead, follow your girl. And basically this is short notes on accepting failure, embracing life, and rising to your destiny. And I have some pages that I like here. So here, I'll read one. Write down again what I told you. The warrior of the light needs time to himself, and he uses that time for rest, contemplation, and contact with the soul of the world. Even in the midst of a battle, he manages to meditate. See what that, see? Take time for yourself, rest, contemplate, think about what you want in life. You know what I mean? If you think good, you get good. Meditate on it, relax, breathe in, breathe out, do yoga, take time for yourself. Even if it's 2 minutes, do that. Occasionally the warrior sits down, relaxes, and lets everything that is happening around him continue to happen. He looks at the world as a spectator. He does not try to add or take away from it. He merely surrenders to the movement of life. Little by little, everything that seems complicated begins to become simple, and the warrior is glad. Doesn't that make you want to get it? Yes, you do. And I have one more good read for my Christians out there. It is I Am Restored, How I Lost My Religion But Found My Faith, by Cray. I haven't really dug deep into this yet just because I was trying to finish Warrior of the Light, but I can already tell it's going to be a bomb read, and I will keep you guys posted on Instagram. So I hope you guys liked my little tidbits. You know, do not be ashamed to ask for help, to see a therapist or a counselor if need be. I love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe.